Hi, this is Ann. How's everybody doing today? Today is Tuesday, May 8th, 2012. I've got several things to talk about today. I have a product review, a book review, and a recipe review. So, what I want to do first is the product review. And I found this at Whole Foods in Charlottesville, and I got a little packet of it to try. And it's called Raw Protein by Garden of Life. It's I'll show you the container. This stuff is amazing. It has so many nutrients in it, and the fiber comes from different kinds of sprouted grains and beans, and it's processed under, I think, 118 degrees. So technically it's considered raw. So when you process something at that low of a temperature, it maintains a lot of the enzymes that our bodies need. So this stuff is packed full of nutrients. And I'll show you again what it looks like. I make a shake with it. I take either 2 cups of water or a cup of almond milk and water and a scoop of this, and then a frozen banana and some frozen fruit, and mix it all together and make a shake. And it tastes really good. It blends real well, and boy, does it give you some energy. I am like buzzing around like a bee since I've been doing it. And I don't do it every day. I do it maybe once every other day. Because I find that once a day is just a little too much protein and stuff for me. But the once every other day, or once, every 2 or 3 days is good. So, and it's about $20 for that container, and there's a lot in it. And it doesn't have a real strong taste, but it's really definitely worth buying. Go with that instead of the ones that have all the chemicals and stuff in it. So give that one a try. Next, a recipe review. I found a recipe for an oatmeal pumpkin shake. And when I first looked at it, I'm going, oatmeal and pumpkin in a shake. And then after I started reading the ingredients and the proportions and all that stuff, I said, wow, that'll probably taste like a pumpkin pie. So I did it this morning, but instead of the sugar, I used honey to sweeten it. And I drank it warm right out of the blender. It makes 4 servings. Here's what it looks like. So here's the oatmeal pumpkin shake, and I drank it warm out of the blender, and it's really good warm. But the rest of it I'm going to stick in the fridge and let it get cold, and I'll tell you how it tastes later. It really does taste like a warm pumpkin pie when it comes out of the blender. So give this one a try. Bye. The next thing is a book review. And I've had this listed on my site, on the channel, and I don't know if anybody's taken advantage of this, but this is called Setting Captives Free, the Lord's Table. And I got the book because I'm going to be teaching the class sometime in the fall or winter, but you can do this totally free online. And the program is called Setting Captives Free, the Lord's Table, a biblical approach to weight management. And if you're a Christian and you have a weight problem, you really should go through this book, or go through the classes online, because it will really open your eyes to what we do to ourselves with food and how that can hinder our relationship with God. Let me read just a little bit here. Course member Susan writes, God did a work in me about a month ago, and since that time I've truly turned from my sin and sought Him. There have been stumbles along the way, but every day I draw a little closer to Him. These lessons have been a real blessing to my life, and God is really speaking to me through them. I've grown closer to God over the last couple weeks. than I have over the last few years. Before, I'd always tried the 90-degree turns. They may work for a while, but you will always fall back to your sin. Now I feel as if I have made a full 180-degree turn, and I'm trusting Him more than ever before. And then the man that writes this book, his name escapes me right now, Mike Cleveland, I think. Under that stated, some have stated, overeating is not this huge sin that requires me to weep before the Lord and undergo this repentance that you're talking about. I'm not a wicked man. Rather, I just have a weakness that I need to overcome. And while there may be some truth to this, one thing is certain. Those of us who have gone many years in developing bad eating habits must change. And we're not just talking about a behavior change, but rather a change that comes from the heart. This heart change is indeed called repentance, and there is much good news to be found in repentance, and I wholeheartedly agree with him on that. Through the years, developing the bad eating habits did include sinful actions, knowing, and of course there is the food addiction issue where the processed food certainly causes a drug reaction in your body, and you do crave foods, and it is partially biological. There is no doubt about that. I prove that to myself just by changing the way that I eat, and most of the cravings and stuff for sugary things and carbohydrates and all that have totally gone away. So yes, there is a biological reason for it, but there is also spiritual reasons for why we eat. And going through this class, this is the second time I've gone through it. Going through this class has made me realize that sometimes when we're hurting and sad and upset and life, throws a lot of problems at us, we go to food instead of going to God. So if you're a Christian, I really encourage you to go through this program. It will benefit you immensely. Okay, so that's all on that one, and let's see, and then we're going to go to the weight. Okay, so let's get to the numbers for this week. They're not great, but there is a loss, so I'll take any loss I can get. This is week 16. When I started out, I was 340 pounds. Today, I weighed 293.9. So that's a 46.1 pound total loss. Last week, I was 295. So this week's weight loss is 1.1 pound, which is not great. And, I can tell you the excuses of sitting on my butt, for days on end doing finals, but still. I did sign up for the arthritis aqua aerobics classes, and I start tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so I'm real excited about doing that. Let's see what else is going on. Nothing really. My husband and our foster child have gone to the house to pack things up and put them in storage, because we're just between my mother's house and his mother's house so much, there's just really no need for us to keep the house, so we're going to let that go for right now. And that's about it, guys. I love you. God bless you. And I pray that you will have a very successful weight loss journey this week. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.